Guys, that is a Goo Goo doll. That's a Goo Goo doll. Goo Goo doll. You might want to rewind and look at that again. It's horrifying. Hi guys, I'm Chris Norwood, and I'm on a journey to hear every song ever recorded. We just looked at a freakish looking doll called a Goo Goo doll. And we're going to be ranking the studio albums by famous pop rock group Goo Goo Dolls. Now, they didn't always start out as a pop rock group. They started as a very, very punk rock, post-grunge outfit. It was mostly, in the beginning, it was Robbie T on vocals instead of Johnny Resnick. And it kind of, the balance sort of shifted. And I am still to this day, even after researching this, I am not sure why the change was so drastic. I mean, this went from scrappy little punk rock band that you know were initially called the Sex Maggots, something like that, to a very clean and polished band. And wow, it's just been really crazy, wild change in this band. So let's just jump right into this, shall we? Now, I think this one is going to be a fun one, mainly because their discography, like I talked about their change, this band is, it's unbelievable. The stylistic changes from the 80s records to the 2020s. It's just unbelievable. The massive change, you can kind of hear some of it in their early 90s records, Hold Me Up and Superstar Car Wash. But A Boy Named Goo started this new sound of this, you know, pop rock band instead of a punk rock band, and it's just gotten glossier and glossier as we move forward in time. This does not mean that the band's gotten worse over the years. It does look like, I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but it does look like we kind of go back and forth a little bit through the years as we move from the worst to the best album. So yeah, it's not a completely downward trend. So, you know, they're a good band. They're a good band that have been around for, gosh, 35 years now. Almost as long as me. Almost as long as me. So let's well then, this is the worst! This is atrocious! I'm not a fan of Christmas music. I try. There's some Christmas music that I can kind of, you know, not hate. But, and why did this come out like Halloween? Ooh, a Christmas album on Halloween? Gross. That makes it even worse. I want Halloween music. Oh, yeah, it's Christmas all over 2020. Yuck! Who wanted a Goo Goo Dolls Christmas album? What the heck? Let's see it, like, what, why? Let's see how bad it is. American Songwriter gave this album a 2.5 out of 5, criticizing it for being bland, with some muted praise for varied musical genres and experimentation. It would have been more interesting to be a hard rocker. The song choice didn't revert back to some obvious standards. Playing it safe, pedestrian, a rushed tick box exercise to cover all the festive bases, but rarely hitting a home run. I don't think they ever hit a home run on this terrible Christmas album. Make this one go away. Told you guys this one's going to be an interesting video because I have some very strong feelings, both good and bad, about the Goo Goo Dolls. the Goo Goo Dolls. Coming in next, and we're gonna, there's gonna be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 bad albums in my opinion, and then there's gonna be everything gets better from there. So we got to get through the bad ones first. Worst and first. It's Christmas all over. Just, oh my goodness, I want to forget that one exists. Coming up next is going to be Something for the Rest of Us. Released in 2010. It took a couple years to record as a soft rock, alternative rock record. Lots of producers. Butch Vig was on this one. Rob Cavallo. How did this one turn out so badly? Let's see. This one is about the angst and uncertainty of the times we live in. The 2010s. Weren't they grand? Better than the 2020s. Home and Not Broken were the singles. That's, I mean, it's not utter crap, but it's a stinker. Hey guys, I've already said hello. Coming in next is going to be Miracle Pill. I really wanted to like this one. This one came out 2 years ago now. This one feels like it's newer than that. Oh yeah, it's the end of 2019. And I ran out and I streamed it, and let's see. There's just nothing here that I enjoy. It says pop rock, but I don't know. I thought it was gonna be good. I like the artwork for this one, but yeah, no, Miracle Pill, not my Miracle Pill. This next one is the last really bad one, and it does look like the bad ones were, the more recent, the 2010, the 2016, 2019, 2020. This one's the 2016 boxes. Let's see. I remember going out and I think I got this one. I don't know. I listen to all these. Over and Over was a decent opener. And that's it. So you had a bigger band kind of contributing to the overall sound of the record. Just very, very basic. Very, very, very. Hey, now we're into the meh category of the Goo Goo Dolls discography. And, yeah, it's very meh. Superstar Car Wash. Or Superstar Car Wash. Superstar Car Wash. This one came out way before I was listening to this type of music. What do we got here? We Are the Normal was the single released in April 22nd, 1993. This one got some pretty good reviews. It got an A from Entertainment Weekly, as well as a 4 out of 5 stars from AllMusic. It was named after a car wash in downtown Buffalo, the hometown of the band. They've remastered. Oh man, they're making this album sound more like boring Goo Goo Dolls with the remasters. That's not good. Don't mess with the original. Now we're into the positive side of things. It just keeps getting better and better. Jed is coming up next, and this one I enjoyed. It's a punk rock record from 1989. It's unbelievable, the transformation of this band on Metal Blade Records, produced by the band and Armand John Petrie in their hometown, Buffalo. Came out early 89 with songs like Out of Sight, No Way Out, Sex Maggot, which was their original band name. Down on the Corner, a very interesting take on the Creedence Clearwater Revival tune. Gimme Shelter by the Rolling Stones, oddly enough. James Dean. Misfortune, Artie. Seventh of Last Month, or Iggy the Cat Gets a Bath. What do we get? So with Jed, I really enjoyed probably the first half of this record. Was a lot of fun to listen to. Hey, this is going to be the latest era. Yeah, this is definitely the one that I enjoy most from late era Goo Goo Dolls. It's going to be Magnetic. This one really surprised me at a time. You know, it followed up one of the worst, Something for the Rest of Us, which is, aside from a Christmas album, their worst, in my opinion. And the follow-up, Magnetic, not Death Magnetic, was surprisingly good. I really enjoyed Rebel Beat as the lead single. Come to Me and Caught in the Storm were not half bad. And the rest of the album may be just kind of forgettable. But for 2013, Goo Goo Dolls record, oh yeah, way better. Way better than Something for the Rest of Us. That Something for the Rest of Us was not for me. Now we have the 1987 debut record, Goo Goo Dolls. Came out June 9th, 1987. Recorded over about a year in Buffalo, New York, of course. It's a punk rock record that's 34 minutes long on Mercenary and Celluloid record companies. Produced Self. Reissue. The original cover is better. That's the reissue, and that is atrocious. AllMusic gave it a 2 stars out of 5 stars, and it was reissued. Oh man, they're messing with the original again. But I really had fun listening to this one. Cream cover, oddly enough. Hammering Eggs, the metal song. Don't fear the reaper, nor do the wind, the sun, the rain. We can be like they are. Come on, baby, take my hand. We'll be able to fly. Coming in next is going to be Hold Me Up. Another early record. Surprisingly enough, this album came out the day before my birthday in 1990. So, the day before my 5th birthday. Sort of a longer punk rock record. Got some pretty good reviews. Got 3 stars almost across the board from everybody. At least 4 companies. You had Laughing Just the Way You Are, So Out of Line, There You Are, Never Take the Place of Your Man, written by Prince, and A Million Miles Away cover. This one was just 2 days in February. Shows up here. It's just it's just a decent album. I really enjoy listening to this one, and I just can't believe that 1990 Goo Goo Dolls is doing this much for me. It's pretty great. Not great, pretty good. Next record, I was kind of at a loss as to where to put this one. This one has a lot of singles that I enjoy, but they're all kind of bleh. Like they're good, but they're not great. But there's a bunch of them that were good but not great. And this is going to be Let Love In, released in 2006. This was kind of the turning point for me, I felt, where I felt like Let Love In was not as good as some of their prior records. And there just hasn't been a lot of great Goo Goo Dolls records since Let Love In. But it is, it is placing kind of high on my list. We are in the top 4. And this one just, it had 4 really strong singles, if not more. And it got pretty decent reviews from everybody. But, yeah, I don't know. I did own this one at one point, and I got rid of it. But, yeah, Goo Goo Dolls. Goo, 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 goo. Yeah, over the years, I've actually owned 4 Goo Goo Dolls records. And I had, during that last edit, I ran back to my CD collection and I grabbed the 2 that I still have. They're going to be the end of the video. They're the 2 best. And let's just talk about the 3rd best Goo Goo Dolls album right now. Is going to be 1995's A Boy Named Goo. This is the record that started my love affair with this band. It's their 5th studio album, and it is certainly a stylistic change from the 4 records that came before it. It was certified double platinum. They changed their sound to a power pop, post-grunge, pop punk. I do not hear a pop punk sound in this at all. Some people thought the kid had blood on him rather than blackberry juice. Walmart wouldn't sell the record because Walmart's stupid. The boy is covered in goo. The album's called A Boy Named Goo. He's covered in blueberry goo. What part? The band's called Goo Goo Dolls. The boy's got goo on him. The album's called A Boy Named Goo. Walmart's stupid. But this has some amazing tracks. Long Way Down kicks things off nicely. Naked has always been a popular one. Flat Top, Impersonality, Name. I won't tell them your name. Wow, that song just blew them into the mainstream. Topping the modern rock charts, the album rock tracks charts. Number 5 on the top 100. Successful in Canada, success in the top 20 alternative. Oh my goodness. They were considered an alternative group before this song crossed over to pop and adult contemporary radio. Yeah, that was the song where the Goo Goo Dolls said, this is it. This is what we're doing from now on. Don't care, don't care, don't care. It's a great song. I won't tell them your name. And this album it was one of my earlier, what year was this? Yeah, 95. Yeah, so it came out a little bit before I got into alternative rock. I got into alternative rock in the school year of 96. So I heard these songs, the big ones that were still hits in 96, ran out and bought A Boy Named Goo. Or my parents got me this album. I was 10, 9 or 10 when this album came out. And it was really great. And I knew when I heard these songs from A Boy Named Goo that I would have to follow this band and see what they did for the coming millenniums. Now we can finally jump into some physical media. This is going to be interesting. Let's clear the smoke a little bit. Oh man, oh, so good. So freaking good. These are the two that really, really freaking do it for me, for the Goo Goo Dolls. Oh man. Oh man, these just really... And I think my second favorite would be most people's, probably, other than A Boy Named Goo, I would say this one would be most people's number one pick. The Goo Goo Dolls, Dizzy Up the Girl. And you know, we can get some stuff out of the way. Let's just take a look at this. From a bygone era, guys. Check that out. It's hard to smell. Ooh. Looks almost brand new. So you got that. You got this. Oh my goodness. We'll talk about the track list. Let me just unbox this for you guys. Get out of my way, Smoke. This is what we used to pay for back in the day. Lyrics. You got, you know, Johnny, Robbie, and Mike on as the trio, if you will. There's you know, there's a very limited amount of bands that can sound so nice with so few members. And you know, I mean, they have other players on here as well, but you know, this is a power trio for sure. 1998, man. Produced by Rob Cavallo, who would later go on to have a huge career with Green Day. You know, he was working with Green Day around this time as well. Before this, Jack Joseph, somebody else. But yeah, this album has Dizzy, which is kind of the title track, but not really. It's gotta be the same words. Slide. Slide. Slide to your room, slide to your room. Broadway. Broadway is dark tonight. Even if you are not a fan of the Goo Goo Dolls, you know these songs. Everybody on the planet has heard Slide, Broadway, Black Balloon, and Iris. Every single person ever has heard Iris. Let's just, you know, I haven't talked a whole lot about the other albums and other songs. Let's dive into these. We got Goo Goo Dolls. Hello. Slide lyrics. Could you whisper in my ear the things you want to feel? I'll give you anything to feel it coming. Do you wake up on your own and wonder why you're here? You live with all your faults. I want to wake up where you are. This just transports me straight back to middle school. And I'm an old man now. Yeah, I'm going to let it slide. Don't you love the life you killed? The priest is on the phone. Your father hit the wall. Your ma disowned you. What is this song about? Don't suppose I'll ever know what it means to be a man. It's something I can't change. I'll live around it. These words touched me in just a really emotional way as a young teenager. 13, yeah, I was about 13 when this came out. Do anything you ever dreamed to be complete. Little pieces, better than nothing by far. Oh man. What is that? By far. By far. Oh, he's saying, oh, May. Oh, May. Put your arms around me. What you feel is what you are, and what you are is beautiful. Oh, May. And then we got Slide, that's Slide, Broadway. Black Balloon. I really love the music video for Black Balloon. And Iris. Goo Goo Dolls, Iris. This is Iris. Oh, here's the lyrics. Yeah. I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest thing to heaven that I'll ever be. And I don't want to go home right now. I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. I'm going to have to go listen to this. This is like perfect. These are the perfect Goo Goo Dolls songs. So yeah, just the album is not perfect. There is some songs on here that I don't care for, but just the inclusion of Slide, Broadway, Black Balloon. I think Acoustic number 3 is an okay track as well. And Iris is just, man, it's just freaking amazing. There's only one left, guys. There's only one left. We went through 12 studio albums. There's only one left. Is it even in here? Oh, man. This is beautiful. Oh, May. Oh, man. This is, oh, I love this one so much. Produced by Rob Cavallo and the Goo Goo Dolls. Engineered by Ken A. Allen Sides. Mixed by Tom Lord-Alge, because Tom Lord-Alge mixes everything. The greatest Goo Goo Dolls album of all time. And space and coffee and incense burners and candles. It's going to be and laptops. It's going to be and nerds and video cameras. It's going to be gutter flower. What? What? I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding, guys. Oh, May. So let's just let's unbox this thing, shall we? Oh. Absolutely love the colors of this record. Look at that. Oh. Man, that is sexy. How's it got too many spins over the years? Check that out. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Ooh, oh. It definitely needs to get touched more. Really great lyrics in there. White on a dark background. Easy to read. This is 2002's Gutter Flower, and this one just has such a flavor that I love. You got What a Scene. Up, Up, Up. You got, that's a Robbie track. Sympathy. Stranger than your sympathy. This has some of the best deep cuts of a Goo Goo Dolls record that I have ever heard in my life. You got this record is almost perfect. While this is easy to read, I prefer my trusty Wikipedia. Gutter Flower, 2002. It's the seventh record by this band on Warner Brothers Records. It follow up their critically successful Dizzy Up the Girl and A Boy Named Goo. This album was a commercial success upon its release, hitting number 4 on the billboards. It was recorded in late 2001 at Icon Studios in California, a house of blues as well. It was followed up by a Live in Buffalo album, which that was pretty good. I believe there was a DVD as well. There were some really great Robbie tracks like You Never Know, Up, 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 Smash, and Tucked Away were all really great, and they were not written by Johnny Resnick. Big Machine is great, which is a single. Apparently Here Is Gone and Big Machine were the main singles, while Sympathy was a promotional single. But Think About Me, one of their best deep cuts. You Never Know and What a Scene is perhaps the focal point of this record for me. I think What a Scene is the one that kind of made me fall in love with this record after the initial, very pop-oriented front end of this record. It's Over is great. Sympathy was a great promotion. And What Do You Need, Smash, Tucked Away, and Truth is a Whisper, coming in at nearly 42 minutes. So the Big Machine, Johnny refers to this as his disco song. I'm really bad at programming drum machines, but this was a pattern that just said disco. Ha ha ha. A propulsive tale of unrequited love. He plays it on a Stratocaster, the Halfcaster. Oh, it's smashed in half. A smashed Stratocaster guitar. That's pretty interesting for you guitar nerds like me. He has had it fixed since then. And so Here Is Gone. He wrote it on his phone while talking to a friend. He asked the friend if he could take the chords up or take them down. Friend told him to take them up, and that's how he came up with the chorus, and the rest of the song came together shortly thereafter. In 2007, the video for the song cost more to produce than the entire Gutter Flower album. We gotta think about that. I don't really know what the Here Is Gone video is. Let's How did that was he joking? I think he was joking. It's hard to tell when you're reading things off the internet if they were joking or not. Maybe that's how people get upset on the internet. It couldn't have cost more than the album itself. It was just people standing around in places. Anyway, the album garnered generally favorable reviews. It got almost equal reviews to its predecessors, Dizzy Up the Girl and A Boy Named Goo. Oh man, it ranked number 499 in Rock Hard Magazine's book of the 500 greatest rock and metal albums of all time. What? Really? Really interesting. So again, you had the main type of Goo Goo Dolls music going on. But Robbie really shines on this one with lead vocals on Smash, Tucked Away, You Never Know, and Up, Up, Up. You had Mike M on drums and percussion. And the album charted sort of all over the place. And is just a really, that's my favorite Goo Goo Dolls record. This one right here. It's just freaking amazing. Love it, love it, love it. We'll always love this one. We'll always love this one as well. So yeah, these two, definitely the best Goo Goo Dolls albums, records, LPs, full lengths, long plays. Let's just see while we're here, while we're nerding out to Goo Goo Dolls. Man, I gotta stop burning candles and incense like that. Tearing my throat apart. Ugh. Am I allergic? Allergic. Anyway, let's see what they got going on beyond that terrible, horrible Christmas album. Oh, interesting. So, on August 24th, 2020, they announced that It's Christmas All Over, which was released on All Hallows Eve for some reason, because it was so scary, maybe. Later that year, Johnny Resnick sat down with Atwood magazine to discuss the band's 35th anniversary. So that's where Wikipedia left off at. You're all working on new music. Let's Google that. Let's Google that. Let's see. Here we go. Here we got an Atwood Magazine article. Here we go. Let's jump in. This is Atwood Magazine, Goo Goo Dolls interview. They're looking back on 35 years of rock and roll and 25 years of I Won't Tell 'Em Your Name. I won't tell 'em your name. I'll never tell 'em your name. 25 years. Let's see. From Name to Christmas All Over. From punk rock to whatever. It changed my life, and I got to live my dream. That's really cool. That's awesome. Yeah, we're not seeing anything new. We're not seeing if they're trying to follow up the Christmas album with anything anytime soon. So maybe we'll get something new, and they're kind of in a state of they've got a touring drummer at this point in Craig McIntyre, because Mike M, double M, left in 2013. So it's just Johnny and Robbie at this point, which is fine. They're kind of the Goo Goo Dolls. They're, it's kind of like the Who, where it's Pete and Roger Daltrey. So I'm not comparing the Goo Goo Dolls to the Who, but I am in a way. So, if you're a Goo Goo Dolls fan, let me know in the comment section after you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Let me know what your favorite Goo Goo Dolls records are. Are you familiar with the old punk rock Goo Goo Dolls of the 80s? If you're not, you should really go check that out. It's pretty wild. It makes their discography funny, because it's just unbelievably weird that this is the same band. So please like and subscribe. I'm doing tons of these ranking the studio albums videos, and I'm currently working on a new series where I'm doing the top 10 songs of every musician ever. So yeah, goodbye.